I'm excited to share with you the Rehose Buddy 30-liter backpack. This is made by an independent manufacturer out of Europe, and I'll get to this in just a little bit. Starting off with the progression of how I got to this pack and the different bags that I've had over the past decade or so. When I got back from Afghanistan in 2012, I picked up a GoRuck GR1 in sand, and that was a fantastic bag. It was 26 liters, and it had almost Harry Potter-esque quality where you could always find extra space to put one more item. So if I had a jacket, if I had a pouch, if I had an umbrella, it seemed like I could unzip that bag and it could always accept maybe just one more item into it. The downside being that at 5'8", I find that any back panel that's longer than 17 inches really starts to irritate my lower back. And so I had to quickly start looking for another solution. That 26-liter pack was too long, and after even 15 minutes of wear, it would really start to aggravate that lower back pain. So when they released the GR0, which is about 22 liters, and has since been replaced. I don't think that they use the GR0 term anymore. They use GR1 22 liter and GR1 26 liter, and it's an option there. It's a toggle option. As far as I know, they're identical. And this is, again, a fantastic bag. Now you might ask, Mike, it seems like you really like Multicam Black. And yes, I do. The GR0, the GR1 22 liter, solved that issue for me as far as the height goes, where it alleviated that lower back pain. I could add a chest strap to relieve a little bit more tension off my shoulders, and I could carry this for long periods throughout the day. This is without a doubt a fantastic bag. It is overbuilt, it's robust, it has a very thoughtful layout with multiple pockets, all of which you can get in and out of. For my purposes, especially being down in Texas, it's too heavy, and so being made out of this Cordura material and having this very thick back panel at 22 liters, I don't know what the dry weight is, but it's a very heavy pack. And so at this time I was using these backpacks as an everyday carry solution, and as soon as the temperature starts to creep up past 90 degrees, I would have to kind of sling it on one shoulder or even carry it in my hand, which kind of defeated the purpose of having a backpack and being able to carry multiple things. So then I made the shift to trying to find a bag that was lower capacity, lower volume, force myself to carry fewer things, and have a lighter footprint. So initially, I went with this inside line equipment bag, and there are things that I really like about it. For example, the X-Pack material. Same thing as far as the back panel goes. It's under that 17 inches mark. But there were issues that I had with it, such as using it on daily, the stitching started to come undone, and then it's only a quarter zip, and having that full zip and being able to open up the entire pack really makes a difference for me. That way, one of the pouches that I have that I'll show you in the Rehose is a brown tech pouch, and I have cables, I have an external battery, and I use that pouch fairly regularly when I'm out and about, whether I'm at the office, if I'm in a coffee shop, if I need to recharge one of my daughter's iPads, if we're on a long trip, right? That pouch gets a lot of use, but it's heavy, right? Especially with that lithium battery. So in this pack, it would primarily sit in the bottom, and in order to get to it, I would have to take everything on top of it out, access the pouch, get the items that I need, put the pouch back in, put all the items back on top. Whereas with a full zip bag, I could just unzip and get to it. Which brings me to the Optimal Threadworks bag. Anywhere and any time that I can support an independent maker, an independent manufacturer, that really is my preference. I understand that in this day and age, the convenience of being able to go onto Amazon or Target or Walmart or Google purchase something, try it out, and return it, right? There's a lot of value to that. Hopefully these use cases, these videos of mine will help alleviate some of the fears that you may have with some of the, if I buy a bag from this manufacturer, is it gonna meet my needs? For me, Rehose and Optimal Threadworks as two examples, nothing but positive things to say. So when and where possible, I would prefer to support an independent bag maker, but I too look for videos and look for reviews to see, am I getting a quality product? And this is a quality product. Some of the new features that I didn't have on the GoRuck, one, it is significantly lighter. It still has the full zip. It has all this loop material to be able to attach things. It had the capacity to take some of the pouches that I'll show you that I still have in the Rehose. And an additional feature that the GoRuck doesn't have is that this has 4 zippers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what's cool about that is that with this pull tab, I can get into things at the bottom even easier while still keeping it fully secured at top, as opposed to having to toggle those zippers up and down. And then these clips on the side made it even easier to make sure that the bag didn't open up. I like having this top zip, or even having a zipper over here, because of the way that I carry my packs. When I unsling, I take off my right shoulder strap, and then I access from here. So it's convenient to put keys, or like if I was traveling, I could put a hotel key card in here, and it's very easy to access. When I transitioned to a lower volume, lightweight bag, I started to think through that at about 12 liters, it might make more sense, because I was still having a little bit of a heat issue during the summers of carrying a backpack, that it might make more sense to go to a shoulder bag. And so as I talked through during the Ulanzi video, I found that the sweet spot was going to be about 9 or 10 liters. The Bellroy almost solved that. I really liked the propeller head bag, even though at this point it's too small of a volume. But I found that for me, I needed to have something for my everyday carry that was smaller, that I could sling, but I couldn't overpack, because otherwise it would really start to wear down on my shoulder. I needed something that was smaller form factor, but I still had a lot of items that I needed to carry with me. There are still things, especially if I'm bringing my drone with me, if I have my daughter's sweatshirts, I needed a pack that could accept more without weighing me down. And this concept that I talked through, being able to nest my equipment, of being able to nest my everyday carry bags, was super important to me. So I think it was on Instagram, I saw Rehose come through, and I really liked the aesthetics of this bag. It keeps its shape. It's this X-Pack material. It's lightweight, it's not overbuilt. It's mostly just a shell, along with a couple of upgrades that I'll show you in just a second. And Martin is the manufacturer. Martin is the owner of Rehose. On his About Me, he says that he's a former firefighter, he's a parent, and he was super easy to work with via email. So again, he's out of Europe. It took a few months for production. He says that on his website. But for me, the wait was worth it. This is an exceptional quality bag. He's very upfront about the lead time. He actually beat his lead time in my calculations. And he went back and forth with me on a couple of customizations that I wanted to have. So at 35, even though I'm former military, at this point, this chapter of my life, I don't want to have a tactical backpack. I've had Mystery Ranch, I've had GoRuck. They're all fantastic bag makers. They're all fantastic solutions. But for me, and again, in this chapter of my life, I don't want a tactical bag that screams military. Typically on the Buddy packs, right about here is a loop panel, so you can attach and affix Velcro patches of different types. I didn't want to have that. I wanted to downplay it a little bit. I still thought that the green looked really cool, so I went with the green X-Pack. And then I asked him to, in the same way with the Optimal Threadworks bag, I asked him to include 4 zippers on the external. So this is a full zip pack. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 external zippers. I have this pouch up here. The only change that I would make to this bag, and it's just me and how I operate, would be to move this zipper on this far side to either up top or else on this side. And again, that's just because when I come habitually, I will sling my bags this way. And so being able to get into that pocket. Not quite as accessible. Maybe I can change my habits. I don't know, we'll see. At 30 liters, Martin has been able to get that extra capacity by building up. So the height from the top of the strap to the bottom of the pack is about 16.5 inches, which is perfect for me. And then you have another 2 to 3 inches up top where that extra volume goes. And Martin's included these top straps, that way you can move the weight, which is awesome. For today's demonstration, I have overpacked this bag. That way I can show you just how much I can carry with me. On the outside, we have this minimal pocket. That's where I can keep a full-size Milky Way or keys. You have this top zippered pocket. That's where I'll throw my work phone when I don't want to have it in my pocket. If I need to, I'll throw my keys up there, maybe my work badge. And then again, being able to fully open up a pack is really convenient. Being able to nest my Ulanzi shoulder bag or any other shoulder bag that I'm able to find in the future. I have these, and I'll highlight these bags in an upcoming video. But these EDC pouches are from Alex Tabacska. I'll link his Instagram down below. I love the work that he does, and he's, again, an independent bag maker. I think he only sells on Instagram, and he'll do these releases and these drops. If you have the ability, grab one of his bags. I have both a duffel as well as 4 different EDC pouches, and I use them extensively. So this is extra camera gear. This is my 20mm lens, along with a couple of filters. This is another camera gear bag. This is my Lume Cube and an extra strap. In here is my tech pouch, so I have all my cables. I have my external lithium battery. I have a PGY Tech Mantis tripod. I think this is the version 1. I have my EDC pouch. I've got some really cool items in here. Again, multicam black. As I walked through in my iPad video, I have my hermit shell case. I have my iPad Pro with my tamfragram tomography 3M sticker on the back. I have a TomTalk bag with my 16-inch work laptop. This is a nice solution. One thing to note with the Rehose bag is that it's a shell, so it's super lightweight, but it doesn't have any additional padding. And so I think I'm gonna reach back out to Martin and commission one of his laptop sleeves. But in the meantime, this is really convenient for me when I'm at the office. We currently have a hotel desk policy, so you have to book your desk in advance, show up day of. It's a clear desk. Take all of your things out, set up, and then at the end of the day, you need to pack it all back down. And our office takes up, I think it's 7 or 8 floors. And so having something that's grab and go that I can take out of my main pack and use to go up and down those stairs, try and take the stairs, try not to take the elevator where possible, try and get my steps in. This is really convenient. So this is a TomTalk 16-inch laptop sleeve. On this side, I can keep my work phone. On this side, I can keep my Apple headphones, my corded headphones, along with my badge if I need to, and then interior is my laptop. Moving through to the end of the bag, I have my IFAK, my improved first aid kit. I try and have multiples of those. I find that whether it's just a simple first aid solution, right, a little boo-boo, these are one of the things that I get the most use out of. I go through a lot of junior Band-Aids, and it's not just with the kids, right? It's people that I interact with where we'll be setting up for a function and somebody will pinch their finger in a chair. This happened the other day, and so they got a little cut. They don't want to get blood on their shirt and whatnot, so pull out a quick junior Band-Aid and everyone's good to go. On the outside lid of the bag, you have this upper pocket with lots of capacity. Right now in here I have a Deity Duo microphone. I have a variable ND filter. You have this loop material, and Martin included this, this elastic carry piece, and so you can put pens or batteries in there. Down here at the bottom, again, I have an additional boo-boo kit along with some wet wipes. You have these two side pockets where you could put a water bottle or another pouch, right? One of these EDC pouches would probably fit in there really nicely. I usually just leave mine loose though. And then to the sides, I have a pen case, an additional grab-and-go flashlight, a Petzl headlamp with the rechargeable core battery. Again, father of daughters. I have hair elastics, and I go through a lot of those. And then over on this side, Austin doesn't use plastic bags in a lot of stores anymore, so having a grocery tote with me is super helpful. And then I also have space for 2 backup Milky Way bars. One thing to note is that this bag does not have any internal padding, which in my opinion is a real benefit because it keeps the overall weight very minimal. It does have these metal frame supporters in the back, and they're curved. I think they're aluminum, and they give a really nice structure to the bag. For me, aesthetically, I want to have a bag that can keep its shape. There's a couple of bags that I've gone through. I won't name them right now, but they were good packs, but if they weren't fully laden, they just kind of collapsed in on themselves. And I found that to be uncomfortable and to frankly look funny. So the fact that this bag keeps its shape is a real benefit to me. So the Rehose Buddy 30 for me hits all the high notes and is the best solution that I've found for my needs right now. I want to give another shout out to Martin. Thank you for making a quality product. Your workmanship speaks for itself. And thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.